Hi, what's up, everyone? I'm your host, Torry, and are you ready to be petty? Today is a very special episode because I have a very special guest with me, my friend Champ. Welcome, Champ.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
To your home? To your kitchen table?
No, this is the podcast studio.
Right. Sorry.
Welcome. Thanks for coming. Champ is a friend of mine. We've known each other for almost 7 years. We used to be RAs together. Or he was a senior.
Yeah, that's right. I was your supervisor. Don't forget it.
More or less, he was my supervisor. But yeah, we met as residence advisors, and we still work at the same university that we met at. So there's, that's something.
Yeah, you left and came back. I remained here the whole time.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You're in a cushy uni job.
Yeah.
So we met in August 2011 at it's kind of like a training conference type situation. And I don't think this is Champ, right? So people are probably asking why your name is Champ. Why we call you Champ.
The people that are listening to this who already know who I am.
You're right. No one is listening to this who doesn't know you.
When this gets big,
yes.
This, yeah.
Yes. When we're on Survivor together in Blood versus Water, and people look back at
the Canada versus US season.
Yeah, I'm so ready for that, but that's a story for another pod. But we met, and I don't think I ever questioned that your name was Champ. Is that weird, or is that just the type of losers that RAs are?
Yeah, no one questioned it when I worked in residence life. No one questioned it at all.
But now in your professional life,
people question it all the time because they see what type of person I am, and that's why they question it.
No.
They're like,
This doesn't make sense.
Sometimes they change the vowel. I get chump a lot.
And chimp.
And chimp and chomp.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I get.
Yeah. Well, I get Tony and Tommy. Yeah, so right. I don't know what's worse, really. Mm-hmm. But Champ got his name because he won a rock, paper, scissors game. And yeah, I don't think I've ever questioned it. I refer to you as Champ to everyone. I literally don't even know your first name. That's a lie.
Well, some people who know me as Champ have introduced me as my birth name, which I won't reveal.
Keep it a secret.
Yeah, and it's weird to hear them say my real name.
Absolutely. Especially because you have a full name and then your actual most common nickname probably. Right. We'll keep that as
multiple names.
Yeah, a mystery. But I think the first time that I realized that your name actually isn't Champ was when we were at Starbucks together. Probably years after knowing each other, and the barista was like, order for blank, your real name. He's some spice in this podcast. But they're like, order for this person, and I was like, who? Who the fuck is this person?
Yeah.
But you picked up the drink like it was your real name.
That's right.
Because it is your real name.
Yeah. When I'm dealing with people in public, I don't refer to myself as Champ because I think they would question it. Yeah.
I guess so. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And I think other times we were at a restaurant, Bin 4, the local haunt here in Victoria. I don't know why I'm trying to make it sound cool. It's not that cool. It's like a burger place where we go to get very cheap burgers after 9. The lady was like, party for this person. And I was like, oh, that's not us. And then I literally had to go back into the restaurant and be like, sorry, yeah, that is actually our party. That's my friend. And she's like, must be an acquaintance.
By the way, we're talking about Bin 4 right now. Would this be a good sponsor for this podcast?
Absolutely. Okay. Anything's a good sponsor for this podcast.
We'll reach out to Bin 4.
Yeah, we have been featured on their social media, their socials.
Social memes.
Yeah, they're social meds. So I think it would be a great sponsor. Not that they need it. They're expanding like fucking wildfire. So anyways, Champ and I have some very important things to discuss. Most importantly, the Kevin Hart scandal. The Escandalo de Kevin Hart. But it's true. This is kind of the biggest thing that's going on in Hollywood right now, which means it's also the biggest thing that's going on in my own life.
Yeah, you said that as if we are in Hollywood. It's the biggest thing happening in Hollywood, where we're located right now.
Yeah, I hate that I have these delusions that I am not a podcast host with like 6 listeners.
Right.
Like I just think I am. Like Champ was questioning the other day if I was getting merch.
No. That was someone else that was questioning that. I was all for it. I would purchase the merch.
Okay, good. So you, my boyfriend, my mom, my sister.
Yeah.
Merch. Okay. It may be coming in the future. Ready to be petty. Anyways, biggest scandal in Hollywood currently. Kevin Hart was offered to host the 2019 Oscars.
He was announced as host.
He had posted it all over his social medias, which is Aki Talkie.
Mm-hmm.
Champ and I am doing the Aki Talkie hand gesture.
American Sign Language for awkward talk.
Is that true?
No.
Just offensive.
Not
Perfect.
Oh, when we host the Oscars, they're going to pull this off. Oh, shit. Yeah. Let's re-record this. Will you edit this out?
I will not, because I don't know how. No. Otherwise, I would definitely. But yeah, so it's super awkward because he posted it all over his social media that he was so happy, so excited to be the host of the Oscars. And then within hours, he had to retract that statement because the Academy pulled up tweets from about 10 years ago that were homophobic.
Well, the Academy didn't pull it up.
Social media? Oh, the Twitterverse?
Yeah. It wasn't like the Academy Awards. Yeah, they didn't release it. I don't think they wanted to release it.
Okay, because that's my biggest question was, how did they offer and sign, like pen this deal and then retract it? So it was...
Well, they didn't retract it. He quit because he was coming under fire.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
So the public found these tweets from 10 years ago.
Okay, well, here's my question about this. I have 2 theories about this. Number one is that people already knew about this when it happened. And then...
We're waiting.
Someone was... now that he's the host of the Oscars, he's on this big platform.
Mm-hmm.
And someone was like, hey, you did this shitty thing. And now it came out into the light because he was in the news. Or, and this is the theory that I'm more interested in, is that there's people out there that anytime something happens to someone, like, oh, you have a career success, they go to your Twitter and they scroll for years to find all the terrible things that you've said. Absolutely, because Twitter and stuff, like a bunch of trash people. But all these things that he said, he tweeted them out in like 2010. So that's 8 years ago. Yes. They'd have to scroll through 8 years of tweets to find these. Who has time for that? I mean, it's like I do, but it probably is someone's job. And like, would I hate that job? No, I would scroll through tweets to see shitty things that people say. Yeah, I probably would too, because I'm petty as fuck. Right. Which is the point. The title of this podcast. Absolutely. I think that it's tough for me because when I see this, I'm like, that's so awful. How could you tweet homophobic, racist, like whatever the issue is? How could you tweet those things? Like, you're a terrible person. But then he did post some Instagram videos that were like, well, I'm not, like, I've grown from that then. I've grown from that mistake. And I also agree with that. People can change. People can realize they've done dumb shit. People can, I don't know, evolve as humans. But then I'm like, would I ever tweet something like that? Like, well, here's the thing too. In 2010, think about what your life was in 2010. Like,
I don't want to.
oh, okay. Okay. So I'll think about what my life was like in 2010.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew in 2010, when I was 20 years old,
Yeah.
that I should not be saying those types of things.
Or thinking them.
Or even like
acting on them. Yes.
Why would you, like, if you know what you know by that time and that year, like, why would you say those things?
I know.
You know that it's harmful.
100%. And that he was a famous movie star, so you're going to be, like, you're in the public eye, you have extra pressure to, I don't know, have good social media and stuff like that.
Well, here's the other thing, too. How is there not jobs out there for someone
to
go
delete
out
all
and
this
comb
shit?
through people's social medias?
100%. Okay, Bachelor, because this happens on The Bachelor all the time, call us. We will be happy to vet all of your contestants. Okay, little side tangent though. I feel like The Bachelor likes it for media because
When they get picked up by, like, TMZ.
excuse me?
TMZ. The Canadian TMZ. TMZ.
Oh my god, should that have been the alternative
Absolutely.
name of this podcast?
TMZ.
Maybe I might have to go through a rebrand. Literally like that better.
Cancel the merch order.
Yeah. And also I don't want to get sued by Harvey Levin.
Yeah.
Because he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that they don't mind because it brings controversy to the show and like all of that type of stuff. But I totally agree that like, I don't know. So I'm of two camps of like, why the fuck did you do that? That's so horrendous. But like also it's like, it was 10 years ago, like people have changed and that's good that he is admitting that it was wrong. And I don't know. I think that I would have said some inappropriate things in 2010 when I was 16, 17. But like was I 16, 17? I don't know. I was in grade 12, whatever age that is.
Yeah.
But not to the extent of this, just because like I'm a good person. I don't know, or generally like knew that was horrendous. I don't know. I just think that it's like, some people have those thoughts or biases or issues or whatever, but to say them aloud or to post them in a public setting, I think that just goes like above and beyond. I was saying that the other day because I was looking through like a celebrity's like Instagram feed or whatever, and I was like, ugh, like that's heinous, or like I don't like that she did this or did that or whatever. And then I was thinking, but I would never fucking like troll like Chrissy Teigen on her Instagram, like the people that are like calling people out for all of that type of stuff. Like I just wouldn't put that out in the universe. So
well,
anyways.
Here's the other thing about this too, is that people are outraged at the statements that Kevin Hart made, but I am personally outraged that he was even the host of the Oscars in the first place.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's a good choice to host the Oscars at all.
No.
Here's the other thing, though. I think that's the shittiest job in Hollywood. I don't think anyone wants to do that because no one's going to be happy with the way they host it anyway.
And it's tons of prep. But it's like some of the most like prestigious like times of people's lives. Like people are like, this is what I've been waiting for.
Not for the host, though.
I think for the hosts, if they're hosts in other aspects, like I think that like it's like, this is my hosting like pie in the sky job.
Right.
But like if you're a comedian or an actor, it's like, why the fuck would you want to host this TV show?
Well, like one of the best people to do it was Hugh Jackman. Do you remember when Hugh Jackman hosted the Oscars?
Totally.
But he's like an entertainer, I guess.
Yeah, like he's
Meanwhile, there's
insane.
like Anne Hathaway and James Franco. And
yeah, that was so bad.
Yeah, not great.
That was so. That's probably similar to this podcast. The level of like.
Which one is James Franco? Which one is Anne Hathaway? I'll take Anne.
Oh no, I knew it. Yeah, I don't know. But I think that what I found interesting about this scandal though is also that it was like breaking literally live. Like he was posting live updates on Instagram and Twitter, like throughout the whole incident, which I thought was really interesting because usually people wait and prepare a statement with their publicist and all of that type of stuff.
Also, that it happened, I feel like it was within 24 hours that he was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
It was. Yeah, so he quit. I thought they revoked his privileges, and I was like, that's ballsy.
Well, maybe they were in like conversation with him to be like, Yeah.
We're not interested.
Yeah.
So the public found those tweets and like harassed either the Academy or Kevin Hart to quit.
I don't know if people were even calling him to quit. I think people were just like, hey, Kevin Hart is in the news. He did these shitty things. Like, maybe there's people who are calling him to quit, but.
So he said in the tweets that he had apologized about this before and he thought that that was sufficient and he didn't want to bring up old stuff. He wanted to move forward, be more positive, all of that type of those type of things. Do you think that apologizing once or twice when they first came out was sufficient? Or do you think for every success he should be apologizing for this type of stuff?
Well, it's tough because I think people were saying on Twitter today that like he still hasn't like he doesn't need to step down. He just needs to apologize.
Yeah.
And apologize properly to that community. But also on the other hand, then there's other people who apologize for things and then people critique their apologies and say their apologies are not good enough.
Yeah.
So I don't really think he can win.
It's a lose-lose.
He just has to not take this job, hope that the next job that he gets works out for him, really.
Yeah, I think that I relate to him. Champ's eyebrows shot up. The things that I relate to him, like with this incident, is like I also like am spiteful. Like I would be like, "You're telling me to apologize? I think I apologize. Like peace. Like I don't need this anymore." Like that's very much in my wheelhouse of things that I would do.
I'm the reverse. I would over apologize.
Very Canadian.
Yeah, very Canadian.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like, oh, did I offended someone? I'm so sorry.
Well,
like I didn't mean to do this.
It depends. If I offend someone, obviously I'm apologetic. But like if someone's asking me to do something that I think is like unreasonable, I will just quit, even if it's the biggest contract of my life.
Right.
Not that he needs the money or the contracts or anything. He's like
the contract you signed to do this podcast.
Absolutely.
The biggest of your life.
As soon as I get those negative reviews, I'm quitting. I'm sure they're coming. If anyone listens, I'm sure they'll be there and I will quit. But I don't know. I relate to him that way of like being like, well, this isn't working. Well, you can't have anything. Like this isn't just going to work for you. So
I'm very interested to see who they pick as the new host because I think it's a thankless job.
Probably.
I think probably the only person who could do it is Ellen. I think throw Ellen in there. Ellen's going to do fine regardless of how much prep time she has. But I think anyone else, they probably aren't.
But she did it like 2 years ago or last year.
No, she did it in 2014.
Oh, wow. That feels like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Okay. Who would be your ideal host?
I like Jimmy Kimmel the past couple of years.
Me too.
But I feel like he doesn't want to do it anymore.
No.
Like the past ones, like they had Chris Rock, they had Jon Stewart. None of them, they're all not interested anymore.
Mostly men that you're naming here, if I point that out.
That's who has mostly hosted the Oscars. That's why I'm saying that. Yeah, it's really like Ellen, Anne Hathaway did it with James Franco that time.
Yeah.
And the one before that was, I think, Whoopi Goldberg, but that was in like 2002.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a lot of women that have hosted.
That's really sad. Yeah, that's super sad. I don't know who my ideal, like, why don't we get, like, Saoirse Ronan or something?
Well, is she known for comedy?
No, but, like, is it funny anyways? It's, like, staged jokes. I don't know.
I think they want it to be funny.
I guess. What about, the girl from La La Land? I'm forgetting her name.
Emma Stone?
Emma Stone.
Well, I think she's up for...
Oh, an award.
Yeah, that's the other thing where people were like, oh, get Melissa McCarthy to host. But Melissa McCarthy, I think, is up for potentially being nominated.
For what?
There's a movie called Can You Ever Forgive Me? It was very good.
Okay. Have you watched all of the nominated films?
Well, the Academy Award nominations haven't come out.
Okay,
the Golden Globes have, but I haven't watched a lot of them.
Yeah, wow, I'm behind in my... It's award season coming up, and I feel behind in my research.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do a lot of research.
I'm defending champion in my family's Oscar pool, so there's a lot riding on this right now.
Absolutely. I hosted one party once with my family, but no one watched the films, so we were just making fucking blind guesses. It was so embarrassing. It was pathetic, but we did like a little bingo. It was cute.
Nice.
I'm always down for an Oscars party because the colors are gold and black, which I love.
Those are your colors.
Yeah, they're my colors, and the Academy Awards, which is like the most prestigious award ceremony. So like,
right,
it kind of makes sense, right?
You're not slumming it with the Emmy colors.
No. Don't even know what those are. Right. Absolutely.
You're not doing any People's Choice Awards.
Well, like I would if I was invited.
Podcast awards.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those. I hope people know that these are jokes, that I'm not actually serious about this. I'm like half serious and like half like joking. In terms of I'm joking that I understand, like, please everyone understand that I know that there are between 3 and 10 listeners of this podcast. But maybe in the future there'll be like 10 to 20. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it'll grow exponentially in the next year and I'll be nominated for a potty or whatever they are.
Yeah.
It's not. It's definitely not the potties. I don't know. Content creator of the year, like, I don't know. Has a good ring to it. I need more awards in my life.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
How many do you have currently in your life?
Well, there's a few from back in the day.
Oh, okay.
From our, our first jobs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you won awards for that.
Absolutely.
How many awards?
2.
Oh, same.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say you too. Won 2 awards.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is sad, isn't it?
That was my last. Okay, do you know on your resume when sometimes you're like awards and honors section?
And it's just 2.
But mine was like, like honor roll for high school.
Yeah.
But like when your last award was given to you, your last
10 years ago.
Yeah, that's when it's like, let's take this off. If there's nothing current,
This is why I changed it to awards and certificates.
Oh, interesting.
So I combined it into 2.
Can I tell you what? I don't even have certificates.
Okay, perfect. No, like, not award certificates, like fucking like first aid certificates.
Yeah, and I still don't have that.
Okay, great. Well, I don't even know what to say to that. So, Champ told me an interesting thing today. Are we done with the Kevin Hart shit?
Yeah.
I'm way over it.
Yeah.
I was over it yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyways, Champ came to my house, my podcast studio, and he said, Torry, I learned how to floss today. And I thought he meant dental hygiene.
No, I meant the dance.
I know, which, like, it's kind of like, am I off the trend? Am I, like, not trendy? I feel like saying, am I not trendy, is not trendy.
Right.
People are always like, am I hip? I'm like, if you have to say hip, you're not cool. But I was concerned because I honestly thought you didn't know how to floss your teeth.
I don't know how to floss my teeth. But we won't get into that right now.
Remember in episode 2, this is a callback.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. You know what I'm talking about, though?
What? Did you talk about your dental hygiene in episode 2?
No. I talked about a little angel, Jonathan Van Ness.
Right, and you feel like he should come into the lives of some people that you know to help them spruce up their appearance.
Absolutely.
You think that this guy should come and spruce up my appearance? Is this
well,
what
I think he should teach you how to floss properly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I need a haircut and...
Right. Is flossing in his purview? I haven't seen the new Queer Eye.
Oh my god. Okay, you have to watch it. It's so good.
Okay.
I've gotten Liam addicted, my boyfriend. Okay. I don't think he's been named on this podcast.
I don't think so.
My whole family. My mom's obsessed.
Okay.
And yeah, you definitely have to watch it.
I'll add it to my list.
I cry every episode.
I do have a lot of TV shows on my list, though, so I can probably pencil this in for like 2025, maybe.
I feel the same way, which is why I talked about how I fucking hate myself that I was watching Friends, because it's like a waste of time, because there's so many good TV shows to watch. But this one is definitely worth it.
All right.
Yeah, I've got like the longest list. It's like so little time, so many TV shows. Did you ever watch So Little Time? It was a YTV show with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
I definitely did not. This is the first I'm hearing about it.
Okay, because every time I say So Little Time, I like sing the theme song in my head. I could probably sing it now because it's probably not like gonna get me canceled off of YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, we don't
demonetized.
Yeah.
Just kidding, I'm not monetized because I have, again, 6 listeners.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, that'll be an offline discussion.
Okay.
Anyway, so Champ told me that he can floss not oral hygiene, but the dance.
Yeah. Should I do it now? Would this be a good thing to do on an audio only medium?
Absolutely.
Should we just do like physical comedy bits for the rest of this podcast?
Yeah, except for I'm not a good physical comedian. Actually, I probably am. My facial reactions,
yeah.
My hand gestures, add everything. This should become a video podcast. This is the problem.
Not this one.
Yeah, absolutely not.
That's how I learned how to floss.
And not till I not live in my gray sweatsuit.
Right.
And the staff hoodie that I met Champ in from 2011.
Right. That's right.
That I'm still wearing. So, anyways, there's a good little preview of how things are going. So Champ learned the dance. I couldn't do it. He gave me a really good instructions. Couldn't even get the first little bit down.
Uncoordinated.
Yes. Uncoordinated for someone who danced ballet for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you how many years I danced ballet. 0.
Zero.
But I can floss.
Absolutely. Are you going to bust that out anywhere? Like a holiday party or something?
All places. I busted out at work just today.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
in what context?
I said, do you want to see me floss? And then I flossed in front of my coworkers.
Amazing. If I did that, my staff would just laugh hysteric. Like, I would never live that down, I don't think.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I work with people who are older than me. So I'm the most in touch person in my office.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I still feel like I'm the most in touch person in Más o menos.
You said it in Spanish because you know that people you work with are listening to this, and you've just insulted them.
Yeah, more or less, which is what I said, which you probably understood.
Yeah.
Because Champ was trying to teach me, he recently went to Mexico, and he was trying to teach me this little game, and then I just corrected
you corrected my Espanol.
Yeah. I'm not that annoying, but that was a little annoying. It wasn't like a high point of my week, so. I also was dancing today, but not the floss. I was at a Zumba class, and I literally can't believe I'm saying that out loud because it's so embarrassing. It was me and just like 15 other 50-year-old women. It's like I was the youngest by a lot. And like I don't know why that it's not cool for a 20-something-year-old to partake in Zumba, but I was, the only one under like the age of 40 there. And we were dancing to a song, Last Christmas, which is a classic. Everyone knows the words.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God, because the music cut out. And it was like a Mean Girls / Thank You Next video real life moment where we all continued to dance and sang the lyrics.
The magic of Christmas.
I was going to say a Christmas miracle.
Wow.
Except for it was shit dancing. No one was in time. Right. And I just kind of pretended that it was better than it really was.
Yeah, the singing was out of tune.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But in my head and looking at myself in the mirror, because that's something that you do when you dance.
Right.
It was magical.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's straight out of a Hallmark Christmas movie.
I thought you were gonna say it was straight out of a telenovela. It could have been.
Yeah.
Straight out of a Hallmark movie, which I've been watching in spades this Christmas.
I feel like Netflix has kind of taken over the Hallmark movie market.
Absolutely, and I'm here for it.
All right.
Have you watched Christmas Prince?
I have not.
1 or 2?
Neither.
It's so bad, it's good.
What about the one that's just a ripoff of The Parent Trap?
Oh my God, A Christmas Switch or something like that.
With
Vanessa Hudgens.
Yes.
I just watched that last week. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I don't get.
Okay. I haven't seen it.
But what I will say is, so the movie is a direct ripoff of The Parent Trap. There's a person who lives in like fucking Bulgaria. It's not Bulgaria. It's not Aldovia. That's the other movie, Christmas Prince.
Right.
It's not Genovia. That's Princess Diaries.
Right.
It's like Bulgaria or something like that.
A fake country.
A fake country in like the Western Europe or whatever.
Right.
Area. I don't know. So there's a princess or like a duchess that looks exactly like Vanessa Hudgens, who is a baker in Chicago. And like both of them have like guy friends. Well, one's a fiance and one's like her best guy friend. And they like swap partners and lives and stuff like that. This is what I don't get. It is so clearly a Parent Trap knockoff. Like they meet, they're surprised, they think they're distant relatives. They plan 2 days where they're going to switch lives so the Duchess can see what real like peasant life is like. And so they do that. But Vanessa, I'll get to the point. I really will. Vanessa Hudgens and her best friend's child have a handshake, like the Parent Trap handshake between the butler and Hallie or whatever. And the other one. That's not Hallie. We're going to have to do a rewatch.
A rewatch of The Parent Trap.
Absolutely. They do the big long handshake.
And do you think it's the exact same one?
No, but it's just like,
but
why?
The same concept.
Yeah, it's like, why if everyone's going to say that it's such a ripoff, that why would you include like one of the classic like staples of that movie?
Well, is it the same as The Parent Trap in that they're trying to get their parents together? Is there like a parent?
No.
And are they actual sisters?
No.
They just look the same.
No. Yeah.
So it's not...
Okay, I don't know why you're picky.
Loosely based on The Parent Trap.
It's loosely based. They like make up some story that they're like... Inspired by taking like probably direct quotes from
okay.
like... No, it's not like that. But yeah, it was really good. I'm ready for the next holiday movie. I think Meghan Markle did one a handful of years ago, so I should pull that up because that seems like my two interests, holiday movies and Meghan colliding.
Are you sure it wasn't the one where they do like the Hallmark movie based on Meghan Markle's love story with Prince Harry?
How haven't I not seen that?
I think it exists.
It does.
A Will and Kate one exists.
Yes. The girl from Grey's Anatomy played Kate. Jo.
I don't watch that show.
That's fine. I shouldn't either.
Okay.
Like 16 seasons in or 15 or whatever.
Let's not insult Shonda Rhimes though on the podcast because she's very powerful in Hollywood where we both live.
Yeah, I don't want to get blacklisted because I outed Shonda Rhimes'
That's right.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy like season 16 fails. No, I totally agree. Yeah, no, there is one. And now that I think about it, this is so embarrassing. I totally have watched it, the Meghan and Harry one. That's how like mundane and like awful it was. The craziest thing that happened was she wanted to go out for Halloween and she dressed Harry up as like in like a mascot costume so he could like attend the party.
Is this real?
Well, in the movie it was.
But not based in, like this is not a real story.
No. Unfortunately. I just like that she like, it seems like she's like, oh my God, these bad like long-standing British traditions. She's like, I'm not for that.
Yeah, she's American.
Yeah.
Bringing Halloween to Buckingham Palace.
Absolutely.
There's a movie right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I can't believe I watched that and I couldn't even remember it. So, Christmas and winter break are coming up, or any other holiday that you might feel like,
Winter solstice.
yeah, celebrating, to each their own, is coming up, and I'm heading back to Kamloops. Are you heading back to North Van?
I am.
Exciting. My favorite thing to do on winter break is avoid everyone from my high school.
Okay, so this is very interesting because I don't have this experience because all my friends from high school in North Van are now living just like places like downtown Vancouver, Burnaby, Surrey, places like that. They've just like spread out.
But they're still all friends?
Yeah, I will still see all of them, but like I don't go home to North Van and I don't run into a bunch of people from my high school because nobody from my high school still lives in North Van.
Okay.
So like I can freely walk down the street and no one knows me there.
That is the dream,
Yeah.
honestly. It's not like it's like my close friends that I was actually friends with, but it's like if I'm still Facebook friends with you from high school, but we haven't talked in 8 years, and I don't want to exchange pleasantries in the sport trek as I'm just trying to like get my Boxing Day like winter jacket.
Right. I was wondering what you're buying at Sport Check, but
yeah, it's not any sporting equipment.
Okay.
Also, I feel like I really am outing myself because there's a few specific people where this has actually happened. So if they ever do listen to this, like, so sorry, I don't care about your life.
Wow.
Like, I care that you're alive and well, but I don't care about like 8 years of updates.
Right.
But in any grocery store, I'll walk down the aisle like hood up, like peeking out of the corner of my eye around every corner, and then seeing people and then just pretending that I don't see them and stuff like that.
Right. Crossing the street to avoid not talking to
someone. Easily.
Right.
Get a few extra steps in, burn a few extra calories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will cross any street to avoid like an awkward conversation. I also just like love when you go home for break and you see someone and it's like you both are looking at each other and you know that you know each other, but you are both comfortable pretending that that's not the case.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
No, there are a few people where like I pretend not to see them. I get this a lot when I'm riding the bus in North Van. There's some people that I've seen riding the bus because there's really only like 2 bus routes throughout all of North Van.
Oh gosh.
Well, that's not actually true, but sort of true.
So you just become like a texter extraordinaire.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've sent many text messages that are just like, hey, just texting you because I can't look around at my surroundings currently.
Well, you don't have to actually send any text messages. You can just like look at your phone and pretend.
I'm a bad fake texter. You've seen my keyboarding skills.
Right.
My air keyboarding.
Mm-hmm.
So my my air texting is really bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to let all the listeners know, all 7 of them. Torry was doing the actions there, but you can't see.
Yeah.
This is an audio only.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix of playing Nintendo.
Right.
And like puppeteering
marionette.
A marionette. Yeah. Puppeteer. Is that a word?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad. I think that was a discussion on a Taryn show or a Big Brother, I don't know, discussion this summer, if puppeteer was a word.
Interesting.
So I really do learn stuff from podcasts.
Right.
You don't think you do, but you really do.
And what will people learn from this one?
Good cue. That I was probably offensive in 2010.
Yeah.
That I will ignore you if I see you over the winter break.
Torry is a Kevin Hart apologist.
Absolutely not.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
And that my dancing experience today was movie-esque.
And then if you want to know how to floss, let me know.
Yeah. Call up Champ.
Yeah. Dance only, not dental.
Yeah. Yeah. And call Jonathan Van Ness if you need.
If you want advice on flossing.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I wanted to say thanks for coming on the pod.
Hey, thanks so much.
It's been a slice.
How long is this pod?
Almost 40 minutes.
Wow! End it now. This is too much.
No one's listening. This is just for us now.
Right.
But if you are still listening, it helps us find new listeners if you subscribe, give us a 5-star review. Don't review if it's going to be less than that. And leave a comment on our iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, anything like that. You can also follow us on Twitter. Keep saying us, it's just me.
Yeah, I was like, am I involved in this now? Am I permanent co-host?
You roped in,
no,
probably.
No one wants
that. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Ready to Be Petty Podcast. And as always, I am Torry, and I am ready to be petty.